in education, leadership, and innovation.
And right here in Kerala, we are proud to be hosted by one of AIMA's most dynamic affiliates, the Trivandrum Management Association. It was founded in 1985. It brings together CEOs, entrepreneurs, and students to foster leadership that's not just smart, but sustainable, inclusive, and future-ready. From its flagship TMA convention to its commitment to CSR and innovation, TMA is a beacon of progressive management thinking.
Now, the heartbeat of today's event. The 86th Shaping Young Minds program of the All India Management Association, being conducted in collaboration with the Trivandrum Management Association. This isn't just a seminar, it's a movement. SYMP is AIMA's signature initiative to connect young professionals and students with icons of industry, governance, and social impact. Through real-life stories of success, failure, and transformation, SYMP helps us align our career paths with purpose, courage, and clarity. So as we prepare to hear from some of India's most inspiring minds, let's remember, this isn't just about learning, it's about awakening the leader within. And before we begin, may I kindly request everyone to switch off your mobile phones or put them on silent mode so we can give our full attention to the speakers and the spirit of the day. I also request the ushers to please ensure that all the guests are comfortably seated, and thank you for your cooperation.
Now let me take a moment to thank our sponsors. We have the gold sponsor, Synthite, silver sponsor, Alibi Global Private Limited, associate sponsor, KSIE, banking partner, Federal Bank, and the venue partner, Uday Palace Convention Center, UDS Hotel and Resorts.
Let the journey begin. And so, to mark the auspicious beginning of today's journey, I'd like to invite our esteemed dignitaries to come forward for the ceremonial lighting of the lamp. Mr. Richard Rekhy, Vice Chair, Grant Thornton, Bharat. Mr. G. Unnikrishnan, President, Trivandrum Management Association. Air Marshal IP Vipin. Mr. Madhav Sharma, Director, All India Management Association. And Mr. Unnikrishnan Gopinath, Secretary, Trivandrum Management Association. Mr. Santhosh, Cherian, Treasurer, Trivandrum Management Association. And Mr. Sethumadhavan, MC Member, Trivandrum Management Association. And now, to honor the goddess of learning and the arts, we present a prayer that invokes grace, intellect, and creative flow.
Yeah. सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भ करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे
Akhila LM, Aysha Raniya, Amina J Rahman, Manjima UM, Sreya PS. Thank you for that soulful invocation.
With the lamp lit and the blessings invoked, it's time to officially open the doors to today's journey of insight and inspiration. To do the honors, we now invite a leader whose vision and commitment continue to shape the ethos of Trivandrum Management Association. An engineer and business management professional, he has been with Kerala State Industrial Development Corporation, the premier industrial and investment promotion agency of Government of Kerala. Mr. Unnikrishnan has exhibited his professional approach and meticulous planning style by spearheading strategic projects like Sabarimala Airport, Life Science Park, Mega Food Park, and many other state initiatives like the Global Investor Meet, Ascent Kerala, Invest Kerala Global Summit, etc. He is a general manager heading the most important project finance vertical in KSIDC. He continues to be a catalyst in the industrial development of the state. Please join me in welcoming the President of TMA, Mr. G. Unnikrishnan, to deliver the welcome address.
So, good morning, all. I didn't hear anything. Good morning. That's more like it. I know the weather is a bit damp, but your enthusiasm, your spirit shouldn't be damp because you are here to attend a very innovative, a very good initiative. So, on behalf of Trivandrum Management Association, it gives me immense pleasure to extend a warm welcome to each and every one of you to this year's Shaping Young Mind program, organized in association with the All India Management Association. We in Trivandrum Management Association, we are truly honored to be given this opportunity to host this initiative in Trivandrum. At the outset, I would like to acknowledge and welcome our distinguished guests, eminent speakers, thought leaders, and representatives of All India Management Association. I welcome each and every one of you, and your presence here adds great value and will surely enrich the experience of our young participants assembled here today. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, there are many avenues whereby you can gain knowledge and wisdom, or you can enrich your knowledge and wisdom. Your classroom sessions is one among them. Reading, listening. I am unsure as to how many of you read newspapers nowadays. My kids, they don't. So I don't know about you, but reading newspapers, reading magazines, watching the television, the current affairs program, I mean all this, these are all another method of gaining wisdom and knowledge. And the third method is to learn from your own experience, learn from your failures, learn from your success, and imbibe what is good that is happening around you. And another method of gaining wisdom and knowledge is to learn from the rich experience of others. And that is exactly what the Shaping Young Minds program brings to you. Shaping Young Minds program is a flagship initiative of AIMA that provides a unique platform for young people to engage with leaders from diverse fields, leaders who have shaped organizations, leaders who have shaped communities, and leaders who have even shaped nations. It's about bridging the gap between knowledge and wisdom and between aspiration and achievement. You all know that we live in challenging times. We live in times where change is constant and challenges are becoming more and more complex. More than ever, we need young minds who are bold, innovative, and resilient. This program is basically aimed to ignite your mind, ignite that spark that will help you to discover not only how to be successful in your career, but how to shape yourself into leaders with purpose and value. So this is not about gaining more information, more knowledge. It's about, understanding, looking into yourself and finding out how you can become a truly good leader. As young professionals and students, you are the future of our nation's leadership. I encourage you to listen, engage, ask questions, and absorb each and every insight that is being shared today. Let today be a turning point where ideas meet inspiration and inspiration leads to action. Once again, I extend a warm welcome to all of you, and together let us make this day an enriching and memorable day for learning and for inspiration. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Unnikrishnan, for that warm and visionary welcome. And now it's our privilege to hear from a leader whose life is a testament to discipline, service, and strategic brilliance. Air Marshal IP Vipin, retired, served the Indian Air Force for over 4 decades, dedicating his life to the nation with unwavering commitment. Commissioned into the flying branch of the IAF, he has flown not only aircraft, but also the flag of excellence as a flying instructor and Air Force examiner. His leadership extended to the National Defense College in New Delhi, where he served as senior directing staff, shaping the minds of future defense strategists. As the senior Air Staff officer, he headed operations under the Central Air Command and later as commandant of both the National Defense Academy and the Air Force Academy. He mentored thousands of cadets who now serve across the country. Today, he continues to serve the nation as an advisor with the UPSC, guiding the next generation of civil servants. We are deeply honored to have him with us. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Air Marshal IP Vipin to address the gathering.
Mr. Madhav Sharma, Director AIMA, President TMA, Secretary, distinguished speakers and the session moderators, members of the media, esteemed guests, and my dear Gen Z. I'll take a moment and allow the people who are walking in to settle down before I continue. All right. So, my dear Gen Z, good morning and welcome to each one of you to this unique program which we have curated for you. We are extremely delighted, my small team and I, in hosting this event for you because you are the future of this country. And I mean it when I say It's not a fashion statement. You are genuinely the future of this country. You're the flag bearers of tomorrow, and it is your leadership skills and professional excellence that is going to script the history of this country now on. And therefore, it'll be worthwhile to know what kind of country, what kind of responsibility are you inheriting. It's better to take an understanding of that. India is no more a land of black magic and snake charmers as it was always defined in the past. It's also not a country of 2 to 3% rate of growth, ambling very slowly, popularly called as the Hindu rate of growth. It's also not a land of people afflicted anymore with endemics, poverty, and illiteracy. And it's no more a country of subservience or servitude. We have come a long way from there where it was at one point in time. Of course, we have a long way to go, no doubt. But, dear Gen Z, you will inherit an India that has enough gravitas to be more of a giver to the world than a recipient, both in terms of soft power as well as hard power, which they call in modern parlance smart power. We have enough resilience within the country to withstand all kinds of global pressures. Most importantly, we have a huge population, young, vibrant, and raring to go, and that is you. Therefore, we also need to know that we have steadily moved up the matrix economically, socially, industrially, militarily, as well as diplomatically. The numbers, the statistics, the world bodies, all of them attest to this fact. Today, India speaks from a position of strength. India's voice will matter in the world in coming days and increasingly so. So, India that you will inherit, whose further course you will chart and steer, is thus. And that is a responsibility that is going to come on each of your shoulders. And we have a lot of hope in you all taking up such responsibilities. Of course, you need to be conscious of this. I am confident that in the ensuing discussions to follow today, will give you many takeaways that will help you shape your destiny and in turn shape the destiny of the country. They say destiny is what you create for yourself through informed choices and decisions and actions taken at an appropriate time. Fate, on the other hand, is the state when we fail to create our destiny. It's a moment of decision making that we shape our destiny, especially when opportunities come our way. I was reading a book the other day called Unconventional Strategies for Reinventing Your Career. This was by Ms. Herminia Ibarra. She says, one of the pressing questions in most people's mind today is, am I doing the right work for me today? Or do I need a course correction? Do I need to make a change from what I'm doing? Either a change in direction that I need to adopt. But most people can articulate what they don't want. They also can articulate what no longer works for them. Where it is less clear is what to do instead and how to make that change. Very often people are at crossroads in this decision point. Today, we present to you 4 great real-life stories which will give you meaningful insights to make informed choices as and when you decide to make them. I would encourage you to take full advantage of your opportunity to have a direct interaction one-on-one with these 8 luminaries who you would see in subsequent sessions. Without sounding to be lecturing, let me flag for you 4 inescapable practices if you choose to be successful. The first is seek. As the President mentioned in his talk earlier, read more. And reading is something that is inescapable. And if you want to be successful, you need to read. You need to be aware. You need to be updated. So, that is the only way to broaden your horizons. And the second aspect that I would like to flag is evolve. Evolve through thinking. You need to think. Critical thinking, analytical thinking, appraisals, and many more. You need to have a 360-degree scan and thinking, which is the second aspect if you choose to be successful. And the last point is expression. You need to improve your power of expression, whether it is spoken or written. So you need to read, you need to think, you need to speak, you need to articulate absolutely clearly your points of view. And the last thing, which by no means is the least, and it's very important, in the rat race that will follow, do not miss out on enjoying life. Seek happiness as well. And happiness comes from real investments. Invest in friendship that is long-lasting, that's well-bonded, and that is going to come to your aid as age comes on the wrong side, or you fall on the wrong side of the age. So invest in enduring relations, invest in good friendship. Once again, dear Gen Z, I'm conscious that I have more yesterdays in my pocket. And you have more tomorrows. And today what we are endeavoring to do is to make our yesterdays count for your better future. I wish great success to each one of you present out here. May you lead our nation to its rightfully glorious heights. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Air Marshal IP Vipin, for delivering such a powerful and deeply inspiring message. We now turn to a voice that represents the pulse of management leadership across the nation. Mr. Madhav Sharma. He is a business executive with over 30 years of experience across Asia, Middle East, and Europe. He specializes in navigating complex socio-economic, political, and trade landscapes to develop tailored business strategies. He has worked at senior leadership roles in diverse industries. He led key initiatives with CII in India, Singapore, and China. With Jet Airways in China and Malaysia, NIIT in China, and with a startup in UAE. He has contributed to high-level forums, including Indo-British Partnership Initiative, Indo-French Forum, India's Australia Council, International Business Leaders Advisory Council in Shanghai, the China Development Forum, and the BRICS Business Forum in China. With deep regional insights and a strong international network, he empowers businesses to thrive in dynamic global markets. He is now the director at All India Management Association. With these few words, I would like to request Mr. Madhav Sharma to kindly address the gathering.
Good morning, everybody. Mr. Richard Rekhy, Vice Chair Grand Thornton, Bharat, Mr. G. Unnikrishnan, President, Trivandrum Management Association, A. Marshal Vipin, Chairman of SYMP Trivandrum Edition, Professor Madhav C. Kurup, Associate Professor, Asian School of Business, Thiruvananthapuram, Executive Board Members of Trivandrum Management Association, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and most importantly, the young minds gathered here today. Good morning and a very warm welcome to you all. It is truly a pleasure and privilege to join you at the 86th edition of the All India Management Association Shaping Young Minds program here in Thiruvananthapuram. Each edition of this program reaffirms our commitment at AIMA to inspire, instruct, and engage with the youth of this country and to help them prepare for leadership in business, government, and society. At the outset, let me thank our host, the Trivandrum Management Association, for partnering with us once again to bring this program to the youth of Kerala. This is the third program in the last few years that we are organizing here. A special word of appreciation goes to Mr. G. Unnikrishnan, President of TMA, A. Marshal Vipin, the Chairman of this program, Mr. Unnikrishnan Gopinath, Secretary, and entire TMA team for their meticulous efforts in organizing this program. I also wish to acknowledge the gracious presence of Professor Madhav C. Kurup and members of TMA Executive Board who have supported this program wholeheartedly. Most of all, I want to extend a very warm welcome to our distinguished speakers, starting with Mr. Rekhy, Vice Chair of Grand Thornton, Bharat. Mr. Rekhy, it is a privilege to have you us with today. And I was told that you had many other engagements, but you stick to your commitment and said that you want to speak to the youth, and we thank you for that. Your remarkable career, spanning over 4 decades in consulting and professional services in various leadership roles, has set benchmarks in the industry. We are eager to hear your insights, stories, and lessons, and I'm confident this young audience will take away great value from your journey. Thank you for being here. Ladies and gentlemen, the Shaping Young Minds program is one of AIMA's flagship initiatives, launched in 2004 with a very clear purpose: to inspire and equip the next generation of managers, entrepreneurs, and leaders. Over the past 2 decades, the program has traveled across India, partnering with local management association to reach over 1 lakh students and young professionals. Today marks the 86th edition of SYMP in physical format, a testimony to its relevance and impact. Year after year, edition after edition, the program continues to attract bright young audiences like you, precisely because it offers something beyond textbooks and classrooms. It offers stories, real, lived experiences of achievers who have faced challenges, seized opportunities, stumbled, learned, and ultimately succeeded. Unlike lectures and often remains abstract, these stories are personal and relatable. They light a spark in young minds. They show that success is not a straight line, but a path filled with trials, turbulences, learning moments, and perseverance. This is a unique magic of SYMP. The core method of SYMP is simple, yet powerful storytelling. We believe that the most effective way to shape young minds is by connecting them with real achievers who can share both their professional insights and their personal journeys. When you hear from someone who has built institutions, transformed businesses, led people, coached people, or overcome immense challenges, it does 2 things. It inspires you to think bigger and build bigger. It equips you with practical lessons that you can apply in your own careers and lives. In essence, SYMP is not about abstract theories. It is about human stories of grit, resilience, and imagination. Another defining feature of SYMP is the diversity of its speakers. Leadership today requires much more than business acumen. It demands awareness of diverse fields: geopolitics, science, technology, diplomacy, governance, culture, and even human nature, which is one of the most difficult things to manage in today's world. That is why in every edition we curate a mix of speakers who can expand horizons and offer perspectives from across domains. This edition is no exception. Alongside Mr. Richard Rekhy, we have an outstanding panel of speakers. Mr. Sudhanshu Mani, former General Manager of Integral Coach Factory, Chennai, Indian Railways, and a visionary behind India's first semi-high-speed train, Vande Bharat Express. Mr. Unnikrishnan, former CEO, COO, and ED of the National Skills Development Corporation, Group CEO of UK IBC, and a leader deeply engaged in skilling and employment space. Ambassador Deepak Vohra, Special Advisor to the Prime Minister of Lesotho, South Sudan, and Guinea-Bissau, and Advisor to Ladakh Autonomous Hill Development Councils, Kargil and Leh. Together, these distinguished leaders represent the diversity of achievement that SYMP stands for. Each one brings unique lessons from corporate strategy to nation building, from innovation in public service to global diplomacy. To the students and young professionals in this hall, I want to say this. You are at a stage in life when inspirations matters the most. The choices you make now and the skills that you build and the values you embrace will define not just your career, but also the kind of leaders or humans that you will become. SYMP is designed specially for you, to give you the opportunity to engage with leaders present here today. So I urge you, listen closely to the stories you will hear today. Ask questions. Curiosity is the engine of growth. And most importantly, reflect on how the lessons you hear can be applied in your own journey, both professional and personal. Remember, leadership is not a title. It's a responsibility, a mindset, and above all, a continuous process of learning. Before I conclude, let me briefly outline the format of today's program. Each distinguished speaker will first share highlights from their professional and personal journeys. This will be followed by an interactive session with the audience. The first set of questions will come from our student panelists on the stage, after which the floor will be open to the audience. I will encourage you to make full use of this opportunity. Do not hesitate. Ask questions that you always wanted to ask. And yesterday, while we were briefing the student, we said, no question is a bad question. That question is important to you. So please do not shy away from asking that question. This is a rare chance to interact with some of the finest minds in the country, and I'm certain you will find both inspiration and practical guidance. Ladies and gentlemen, the Shaping Minds program is more than just an event. It is a bridge between generations, between experience and aspiration, between wisdom and youthful energy. On behalf of AIMA, I once again thank our host, the Trivandrum Management Association, for their partnership, our distinguished speakers for their generosity in lending their time and to sharing their journeys, and all of you being a part of this program. With these few words, I invite the Masters of Ceremony to take the program forward. Thank you, and I wish you all stimulating and enriching day ahead. Enjoy yourself.
Thank you, Mr. Sharma, for the inspiration. Now, with the morning's ceremonial grace behind us and the air charged with anticipation, it's time to begin the first session of the Shaping Young Minds program. May I now request our student panelists of the first session to kindly take their seats on the stage. And once you're settled, we'll move forward with welcoming the chair and the speaker for the upcoming session.